Hello, welcome to Complete Chiropractic Healthcare on the website of Dr. Greg Arnold, www.pitchingdoc.com. Today we're going to be discussing my September 4th, 2015 newsletter, all about fall ball, which is what I call the fall ball fallacy, where throwing less increases your risk of injury. Now, underneath the date, there's a hyperlink to a two-page PDF, which sometimes is easier to read. So when we're dealing with the end of summer, travel teams start to pressure the parents and the players to play fall ball, saying that their son will fall behind if they don't play. But their main selling point is that they're going to say that fall ball is a weekends only commitment. Games are only played on the weekends. We're not really going to practice during the week. If we practice, it's maybe once. So for a hitter, this really doesn't pose much of a problem, okay? But for a pitcher, no longer throwing during the week and just practicing and pitching on the weekends can be disastrous for them. And if we want to try to figure out why this is, it's in timing. It's all about timing. So the American Sports Medicine Institute has a Tommy John injury position statement. You click on this link, it'll pull up this web page right here, and it talks about the risk factors for pitchers, and one of them is pitching year-round. Okay, it's been strongly linked to injury. So here's the paragraph that talks about that. But injury is more than just a total number of pitches thrown. It's also about the fact that when you play fall ball and you stop practicing during the week, you stop throwing during the week. And this ruins the timing and will start to cause increased injury risk. Now, an important thing to understand is that throwing is not about arm strength. 2004, the Journal of Strength and Conditioning Research proved that the shoulders of pitchers between throwing and non-throwing shoulders, and even compared to non-athletes, there was no significant strength difference. Pitchers were no stronger in their shoulders than their non-throwing shoulders, and even compared to non-athletes. Well, if that's the case, then what is the issue? How come a pitcher can throw a ball a lot faster than someone who doesn't play? And this has to do with generating torque in the legs. The researchers go to conclude that overhead athletes do not need extra strength or power in the shoulder to throw the ball well. What they have to learn how to do is generate the torque and transfer the energy from their legs into their trunk, into their arms, to produce the power that is needed to throw the ball hard. This also disproves another concept that pitchers have to long toss to increase arm strength. This is not correct. You long toss and you throw between starts because you have to perfect the timing of your throwing motion. You have to perfect the transfer of energy from your lower body to your upper body. Go back to hitting. When hitters are in the cages in the winter and they're practicing for tryouts, is their approach that they have to take all these swings to make their arms stronger? No. What they're doing is they're practicing the timing of their swing to maximize the energy from their legs to their arms to put as much power into the ball as possible. Now, if we apply that to pitching and throwing, it's the same concept. We practice and we long toss between starts to perfect the timing of the throwing motion to maximize the energy transfer from the legs to the throwing arm. So this is called the kinetic chain, with kinetic meaning movement. So when kids start to play fall ball and they throw less during the week, they have poor timing, which then leads to an inefficient kinetic chain. They don't transfer energy properly, and this leads to overall increased arm stress and possible injury. Okay, so unless you're able to throw at least 3 days a week during the fall or even throughout the season, you shouldn't be pitching and you should not be playing fall ball. And as the saying goes, timing is everything. Okay? If we want to look further into long toss and you want to learn more about long toss, you can subscribe to my baseball video library. You go to my website and you click on the banner at the top. It'll take you to this website, to this page of my website, and there is a 1 minute video where you can watch the video to learn a little bit more about what's in it, what throwing drills are due, how do we long toss. Okay, so if you subscribe to the library and you can learn about long toss, it'll take you to this page, and then you can watch a 6 minute presentation on long toss. Why is long toss so important? How do we properly do long toss? How much long toss should we be doing each week between starts? So this is can be a very important teaching tool for your players and your sons, even the parents and the coaches. So hope you found this newsletter valuable. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact me at pitchingdoc@msn.com. Please give me a call at the phone number listed, or go ahead and go to my website at www.pitchingdoc.com. Thank you.